Hello, fellow Megatenists, and welcome to Fusion Accidents. Today's topics for discussion are pretty interesting. First up, Atlus has closed its online store. It's gone, albeit the info posted makes it seem more or less temporary. From personal experience, this web store is one in a series of online interactions Atlus has used in the past, but of them all, this one is the worst. It felt like a constant game of keep up with complaints of not receiving updates on orders or not having enough variety to satiate fans of games outside of Hoshino Persona powerhouses. There's a consensus that they should reapproach the concept of a web store, but I think it'd be preferable to have their web store as part of Sega's web store, or create a specific position for people to manage the store. And finally, include a more varied selection of wares. One unfortunate side effect of Atlus merch practices in the West is that they sell at cons and they have this exclusive merch and it never makes it to the website, except for that first year of the web store launching. Something Atlus Japan does is update their web store to include all products sold at these conventions that you might have heard of: Tokyo Game Show, Sega Fest, Comiket, and any other big event where they produce merch for the occasion. And in other Atlus news, this is the first time in 11 years, by what I was able to pull up, that Atlus has not done its costume/cosplay contest called Atlusowini. Yes, Atlusowini seems to have been forgotten or perhaps cancelled. The Atlusowini contest started, at least from my count, in 2007. Could be earlier, but it's harder to dig further back into the old webs. The old versions of this contest would all have users submit their best photo for any Atlus related content, and the prizes would range wildly, from a bunch of swags to even money or Amazon gift cards. And the voting system has changed quite a few times as well. There has been no word as to why it hasn't been done or if it's going to ever come back. Time will tell, I suppose. And for some Dx2 news, the Cull is now officially launched. From the next time before the Cull will always be scheduled on the first and third Sunday of every month, and the during Cull phase will be Thursday to Saturday. The detailed schedule will be announced before the start of each event. According to the duration changes, the Calamity HP has also been adjusted. And as for when you defeat the Calamities, a new enhanced version of the Calamities will appear. Those are the souped up demons. They also offer various new rewards. So for participation, you get 20 free gems. When you vanquish, you get 10 Democalypse coins, which you can exchange for lots of cool things. And one of the cool things that everyone's going to be gunning after is the 5-star demon Seraph. Other rewards all seem to be much better, and the culling seems to be geared to be a lot more difficult. Tickets received prior to the official launch nets you some coin as well. I believe the exchange rate is about 15 coins per ticket. The max amount of tickets a player could possibly have at this time is 46, which would be 690 coins. That's not enough to get Seraph just yet, but it's pretty good start. There's also a new race of demons out, and that's the Drakes. We know the lineup. It's Vasuki, Fafnir, Nidhogger, Ym, Tiamat, and I'm frankly not impressed with any of them. It doesn't really do any favors to someone who's not buying gems, and it doesn't actually benefit people who do buy gems. This is a very interesting roster to add. Maybe it's just to kind of add more variety, especially with the ice-based demons, because there was a lack of ice-based demons. Time will tell if they're effective, but really most new races introduced since launch haven't really been too useful, with exception to the Reapers. The other big change to D2 is the updated UI. Pixie is now a kind of guide that you can use to navigate different things that you can do, from dailies to quests. And I like the idea. My only issue is the way that Pixie looks really contrasts with the UI of the game, so it looks very different. I'm going to post a screenshot for if I can, so you can just see how different the aesthetics are. I think it's just awkward, but I like the idea a lot. Other quality of life changes are so nice and welcome that it's almost unnoticeable, and these are things like the free brand removal and auto-running Hell Park, which both are quite nice. And for some Persona 5 news, for the week of Halloween, P5R's Japanese release week, it topped the charts in Japan at 200,000 units sold. The performance comes at a surprise to literally no one, but it is a shock that this is the sales figure for a re-release. To put it into perspective, it nearly beats the lifetime sales of Persona 3 Portable, and beats all Persona games' lifetime sales with just this first release. The only exceptions being P3P, Persona 4G, and Persona 5. You know, the original version of this game. A rather impressive statistic, and all this with some divisive opinions on its re-release. Generally spoken and positive, I found many reviews that generally remark on whether or not the game has enough content to justify a re-release at this price point. And that's all I got for you. I hope you like this. If you want this to be a regular series, let me know. I kind of want to just do a thing where I'll talk about things that are too small for the podcast and too small for the Mega 10 minute segments. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye, fellow Mega Tennis.